obviously, yeah. So the roots of all that have been buried in our toes. You know, pretty amazing, really. And again, I don't claim to, I didn't invent the whole thing, so
Right.
I'm figuring it out as the years go by. 28 years of just working with people, and I'm still amazed at the human being. It amazes me more and more.
Right.
But I also kind of get more and more respect for ancient cultures and a lot of their understanding of spirituality and just that. Because you get this, I feel like in our Western society, there's this kind of worship of Western medicine. And I kind of think, look, it's got some good points, but
The
it's...
worship of the new.
Yeah, the worship of the new and modern
new,
technology and stuff, This isn't, this particular piece of technology here, it's not that modern, Even my fingers, I mean, they're relatively modern, but other people have had fingers, So, that's a lot of what it is. And obviously we've got the manufacturers of those expensive medical things obviously involved in worship, in that cultivation of the worship of the medical profession, the pharmaceutical industries and the medical machinery. It's expensive, very expensive. So I think that's part of it, but I really do feel like the major thing that they're missing out on, it's the, what are they, the expression, the elephant in the room? They're missing out on the life force. And because they can't see it, they deny it exists, instead of being humble, And because they're denying the life force, they don't know the importance of working with it. They don't understand the mind-body-spirit connection. They don't understand how emotions are stored in the body. They don't even think, they got specialists. There's this over-specialization too, where you've got your psychiatrists, you've got your guys that deal with the physical, you've got even the brain guys, but they're not necessarily dealing with the psyche, they're not dealing with the body. You don't even have a specialist much in the big toe. I suppose, maybe a podiatrist or, some specialists in the feet and things like that. But the people that specialize in the big toe don't understand how the big toe relates to emotions. They don't understand how it relates to the head. And that's what you're really missing out on with this over-specialization in Western medicine, is the interconnectedness and of the mind, body, and soul. Even just the body itself is the interconnectedness they're missing out on. Or even just, without even going into the soul, they're missing out on the psyche, and it's the psycho, what people talk about, psychosomatic medicine. They're not even understanding that. But in my opinion, the most important thing is actually the life force. As I say, massaging a dead body, no money in it. They don't pay. And rigor mortis is so interesting, isn't it? Rigor mortis sets in as soon as the soul leaves the body.
All the chemicals are still there.
Yeah, everything's the same.
Everything's the same.
Chemically, it's the same.
It's still there.
And that's what Western medicine does not, they can go, these are signs of life. Oh, respiration or the heart beating is a sign of life, but they don't know what the actual life itself is. And because they can't define it, their medical imaging can't see it, although, some people say Kirlian photography and things like that can see auras, and, which is interesting. But again, they like to deny that, because if they admitted that existed, then a lot of they would have to give credence to a lot of other medical systems, like Chinese medicine, or Ayurveda, Japanese medicine, or Hawaiian medicine, and be humble, and instead of charging these exorbitant rates. I mean, you look at the medical industry, it's a huge industry. And people can spend, like the US, they spend a fortune on their health, but doesn't mean they're the healthiest people around. Obviously, Japan has the oldest, it has the longest living men and women, and China has the biggest population, and then India next in the world. So, but again, I'm not saying that Western medicine doesn't have its benefits. Of course it does, but it's missing out on its holistic element. It really is. And it's missing out on the interconnectedness of everything, and
Yeah, I find it's a great system for trauma.
It is. It's a great system for a car accident.
Not for health.
No, not for
health
yeah.
system.
That's exactly right.
It's a trauma
for
system.
extreme
Great.
cases.
I'm in a car accident. They'll save my life. They'll save my kids'
That's
life.
right.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
They
Emergency
deserve the
medicine.
money.
Yeah.
But stay out of health.
Yeah, that's right.
They're not. They shouldn't be diagnosed.
Disease-oriented medicine.
Disease-oriented.
Yeah. Not vitality. That's what even as a naturopath we talk about the vitalistic theory of medicine, which is also what Chinese medicine is based on with Qi and Ayurveda. And for me, that's what's exciting, you know. I mean, obviously great, you know, doing surgery and all that is fantastic, but we could actually make it that 80 or 90% of the people don't need to see Western doctors. So many people are seeing doctors for things that have been built up over a lifetime of stress, over a lifetime of obviously poor nutrition, and different problems that we
now
can
they're
fix.
accepting stress, hands down, is one of the biggest.
80 or 90% of people, diseases are related to stress.
But
Another 70% to
they don't
diet
have a
is a
solution, so they
crossover.
kind of like, yes, stress is the problem.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes, we don't understand what the difference between life and death is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Let's get on with it. You know, you guys are all quacks. You know, like I said, that whole thing of like, it's one thing to be into the Western medicine. What I don't like is when they start thinking that they have a right to judge other people. You know, in terms of like,
stay in your lane.
yeah, stay in your lane. You're a specialist. You know, scope of practice.
Give you trauma.
Yeah, if your scope of practice doesn't understand spiritual things or, you know, mental or emotional, stay out of it.
Yeah.
Don't comment. You don't know.
No.
You're better off being humble and going,
We're not
hey, I
doing
don't know.
surgery here.
That's right.
We're not saying I got a scalpel, I can be a guy.
That's right. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
we're not arrogant in that sense.
No.
We're going to be trying to do surgeries just because we saw a medical show or something.
Yeah, that's right.
So why don't they stay out of their state of? You've obviously dedicated your life to specializing in an area.
Yeah.
And your understanding. You can't expect them to specialize in everything, so don't bother.
Yeah.
Why not just accept? But yeah, I don't know, for some reason they have to put on this cloak that know all, be all.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Just like when the British invaded India and they outlawed all the Ayurvedic hospitals,
Oh wow.
you know, it made it illegal for people in India. But that's just colonialism. It's just like when in Hawaii they outlawed Hawaiian massage. They outlawed Hawaiian, they called it all heathen. It's just cultural arrogance, you know. Yeah, they just
You don't
British,
understand,
the
so-
Europeans thought they were the best people in the world.
Mm.
Racism, cultural superiority.
Mm.
Mostly just they had better militaries and they could conquer people.
Right.
And they actually wanted to because they were more hard-hearted,
Right.
you know.
Right.
Doesn't mean they were actually nicer.
Right.
Oh, let me go invade somebody. What a nice group of people. Oh, we killed most of them. Lied to most of them and gave them smallpox and things,
Right.
yeah. Oh, they trusted us. How stupid of them. You know, they had codes of honor in some of these countries, you know.
Right.
So anyway, but you know, again, I'm not racist against the European heritage, but I don't appreciate people. I don't like arrogance and things like that, you know, with the culture, and I think, you know, we can learn a lot from different people. It's just good to be humble,
Yeah.
you know? And it's good to be humble about the human body and the human mind, body and psyche. I mean, what a miracle, or what an incredible thing it is. Not just, ooh, the machine aspect of it. You know, there's a lot of people, oh, it is an amazing machine. The brain is an amazing machine aspect of it, the physical. But it's the life force that makes it incredible. Someone in there, yeah. It's far more interesting.
No one's watching shows of dead bodies falling down hills.
That's
They're watching
right.
athletes dunk a basketball.
That's right.
It's not the body that's the interesting
No.
thing. It's the person using the body.
That's right.
Otherwise, yeah, no one's watching dead bodies.
And the body deteriorates very quickly when the soul is left. Yeah.
No models and magazines. You know, dead people.
Yeah.
You don't take the dead models afterwards. No, you can still use it. You put
That's
the
right.
makeup on. You don't get that. Wonder why.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so gross.
Yeah,
Of course
yeah.
it's gross because it's now some hunk of meat.
Yeah,
We
that's
weren't
right.
even attracted to that in the first place, really.
Yeah,
We're attracted to the person.
yeah. Few people are kind of strange, but you know. Some necrophiliacs or some shit.
I see.
But we're not gonna,
Yeah, yeah.
There's all sorts of weirdos in the
Very
world.
niche market.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what we're, you know, how are you feeling now? Are you feeling ready for a bit more? Yeah. So we just needed her to process that. So now I'm going to come in and again start to work on here. I'm just trying to feel that right amount of pressure where she's not going to pull away. So go in gently, and then I'm going to follow it this way this time. Okay, so I'm going at a, for me, a light to medium pressure, but it's still right up there for her on her pain threshold. And it's so Yeah, it's very tight through here as well. So I'm just going a quick run over. And then I'm going to come back in and slower, but slightly deeper. And again, just let her process that. Make sure we're breathing. And just hold that a little bit. Again, relatively, just that gentle stimulation. Let her have a couple breaths. So it's like easing her into it, in a sense. Taking that first layer off, easing her